Hello everybody and welcome to a quick Marvel Legends review. Thought I'd quickly take a look at this wave just come through from Robot Kingdom. I've got my sons in the next room playing with their Legends at the moment, pestering me to get these reviewed so we can interact with the figures that they've got out. I've already stolen some of their scrolls, and so what we've got here, we need to quickly go through, take a look at, see what we've got, and then I can go back and finish playing. This is of course the new Fantastic Four wave. Our first figure to look at is the eagerly anticipated Doctor Doom. Personally one of my favourites from this entire wave. He's got a fantastic look to him there. Of course we get a Build-A-Figure Super-Skrull as well. Quick look around the box, and we've got a bit about Doom and who he is. Then we've got the Super-Skrull, and of course we've got Reed, Sue, Johnny, Ben, and of course Jen. Right, here we have Victor out of his plastic prison. First of all, let's take a look at his accessories. We get an alternative head sculpt there with a different shape to the cowl. You can see much more of that human expression there. And we've got a human head on the underside. We get clenched fists. We get two of these done in this silvery paint. And we get our first Build-A-Figure section, which is one of our Skrull legs. It's going to be a very odd thing. I'm assuming we're going to get Skrull box sets of army building Skrulls, much like we've got with the likes of X-Force, much like we've had teased with the likes of Frost's Cuckoos, where I think they're all Walgreens, weren't they? But you could buy them. So I'm assuming we're going to get some Skrulls like that, but this is part of our Super-Skrull. Now, Doom himself looks absolutely fabulous. That is a perfect sculpt for Doom. Really nice piercing eyes there, very central. Love the cape. It should tab into the back like so. We can push. Mine does have a tendency to keep popping out, but I love their paint applications on here. This really does look like a kind of Teflon-y material. Got the chain around the neck there. This is a perfect Doom. I know we had the Iron Man armor style Doom recently. Again, I think that was Walgreens. Let's just pop this head off. Love the way the cloak sits on there. And this is the alternative head. There we go. Again, it doesn't look bad. I just don't think I like it as much as this. This is really kind of reminds me of Doom from the old cartoons. And lifting up, he does have a holster, which holsters a gun. But I haven't actually had a Doom since we had the influx of kind of Deadpools back in the day in the UK when they all went to Home Bargains. And in fact, I think I've got a video of me doing an old Home Bargains toy run. I'll include a link up in the info bar. But I absolutely adore Doom. Articulation, round, up, down, bicep rotation, double jointed bend on the elbow. Love the fact that these are covered up now. We've got these open palm hands. There is a waist rotation in there with enough of a crunch forwards and backwards as well. Legs are limited by this skirt section, but we can come out to the side. There is an upper thigh rotation. We do have a bend on the knee. Again, nicely hidden away with this kind of magisterial armor. And we've got up and down on those feet and pivot left and right. Really nice range there, because the whole foot rotates left and right as well. I'm going to have to change that head out. I cannot have that on. I suppose we could always have that on and just switch out the cloak maybe and just have it as a Doom bot. Do you remember the Doom bots? Kind of like robo versions of Doom. Remember Spider-Man catching a Doom bot, thinking that he'd actually brought in Dr. Doom, and that was not to be. There we go, let's put that down. There we go, that is sensational. Next up, we have Stretch himself, Mr. Fantastic. This is the second Mr. Fantastic that we've had recently. This time he is sporting the beard and the dark looking outfit. Again, we've got that bio on there. Now, Reed Richards. Right, let's start off with the leg. We've got a leg of our Super-Skrull, same as the other, slightly different. His hands. He has elongated hands. I can't say I'm a fan. I mean, I like the black suit. Really like the head sculpt, sporting the old salt and pepper look there with his hair. Not bad paint applications. The 4 is pretty central and pretty bold. I mean, if we bring in our recent read, bearing in mind I'm having them fly around in the Fantastic Jet, they are in essence the same kind of torsos. I don't know, I just like the kind of elongated segments that the Fantastic Four had. I mean, this is what I remember from my childhood, but this is kind of the more modern look for them. We can adjust these hands, switching them out for his grabby hands. I mean, that's a little bit concerning more than anything else. So I'm just wondering if we could switch the heads out. Should be the same fit, he says. There we go. There he is with that new head on. It actually looks very kind of Star Trek-y like that. And there we go. That actually looks pretty decent. I'm actually quite happy with that. Susan is next on the slab. Miss Invisible Woman herself. Lovely artwork on the side there. A little bit of a bio with regards to Susan. Again, how she got her powers. Susan, out of her packet, again, is a very different kettle of fish. We get our Super-Skrull torso. Really nice looking torso. Lovely pointed shoulders there. And we've got that abdominal crunch and the motion on those legs. Susan comes with one of her force shields, which steps up. Now this is a vastly different sculpt to what we got with our recent Miss Richards. Bringing her in, she's semi-translucent. As you can see, the face is very similar. She's obviously grown her hair substantially more. You have to excuse mine. Mine's covered in dust. It's actually being hung from the ceiling. We had the Fantastic car hanging down from the ceiling. But again, both very good looking figures. I do prefer this kind of semi-translucent look for Susan. But at the same time, it's nice to have her with a kind of projectile weapon. I like that sort of thing being included. She doesn't come with any alternative hands. And the paint applications on the hands themselves isn't exactly the cleanest. But again, let's try for that head swap and see how they look chopping and changing. If we can get Susan's off. There we go. And this one off. See, that's a little bit loose on there. A little bit loose on there, but she does seem to be strutting her stuff. And again, working vice versa. Oh, I think that could work as well. Yeah, I like how both of those look. Now, Johnny Storm has come across the most different in terms of his recent releases. Really like how he looks. Even got a bit of a Chris Evans look to him there, hasn't he? There is his bio. Now, Johnny's probably the most different. I guess we get a fair few accessories. We get both arms for our Skrull. We get his usual normal arm, and then we can soup up that same arm, but this time making it a clobbering time style, absorbing the power from Ben Grimm. We then get some accessories for Johnny himself. We get a flame accessory, and then we get alternative hands. He can flame on these individual hands, switching those out for flame ones, and then we've also got the flame effects as well. I mean, the sculpt is pretty nice. It really does kind of remind me of Chris Evans when he played Johnny Storm. Now, I'm not sure if this is for this arm or whether this is designed to go with the Skrull section. It looks very kind of large, so I'd imagine it's kind of Skrull-ish. Unless his entire arm was to flame on as well. Let's just try switching out one of these hands.
And just moving the flame accessory to one side. And just pegging that back in. Like so.
Oh, look at that. That is pretty decent there. And then, of course, if you want to, you can add the flame effects going down the wrists, etc. It's nice because, again, referring back to the recent release, Johnny went in completely the opposite direction, a very different look to him, whereas really different. I wonder if this will just come off here, and we can flame on the back there as well. Pop that head off, switch the head out. Looks a little odd on there, just due to how translucent it is. We can definitely flame on, and if Johnny wants kind of a normal look, there he is. He does kind of look semi-normal. And I suppose if we needed to, we could put some normal hands on them as well. Now, of course, it wouldn't be Fantastic Four without some clobbering. This is, of course, Marvel's Ben Grimm, The Thing, sporting 2 heads in the set. Quick look at the bio. We've got Marvel's Thing written on the side there. Here he is outside of his plastic prism. Right, we have 2 of these Skrull heads, both looking very stern. One looks very sinister. Again, great if you want army build. I'm not sure how many people are going to be army building an entire bath though. People were concerned about the colour on Ben. I don't think it's as noticeable having it in hand. Yes, there is different tones along the side here where he's sprayed up, but really good face sculpt. Doesn't look completely offset. Some angles the eyes look like they're going completely opposite directions, but that's not necessarily the case. We do have a very stiff upper torso there, which does rotate. We've got rotation on the waist as well. Really clunky rock-like arms there that can come up. And he can come up. Love the fact he's sporting these shorts. We've got this rubber Fab 4 band on there as well. Move the legs up, back, out to side, upper thigh rotation. We've got that clunky double joint on those knees. Feet going up left and right on them as well. Let's see how he fares with his clobbering buddy. We have alternative Ben, much darker wash over the top there. Nothing to stop somebody doing the same with this Ben. I have been asked for a head swap, so again let's just swap those out and see if we can notice a huge difference. I mean, yes, there's the yellow on the face there, and this one's kind of got that slimmer look to him. It's not too bad. Like I say, if you could black wash this one, it would be nigh on perfect. I like the yellow that they've used. It does break up the orange, but the shorts are definitely nicer. I really like how these have come across, and that Fab 4 belt does make the world of difference. I believe it's just rubberized. Yeah, so I think if we could squeeze the legs in and you want the belt on this thing, then that is always an option. And last but by no means least, it is Jen Walters herself, She-Hulk. Her gorgeous, gorgeous figure, my favorite in this line by far. Just turning that around, there's a little bit about Jennifer Walters. We all love her. Glad, so glad she's getting her own show, and I'm hoping she's going to be in the films because I love the Agents of Smash. Let's crack her open out of her package. First of all, we've got the alternative arms. We've got that plain, regular old Skrull like arm, followed up by the elasticated, invisible woman arm, which is a really nice touch actually. I quite like that one. Really nice sculpt on there. Jen comes with clenched fists as standard, and we get an open hand here and a kind of open hand there as well. And this is kind of a savage look, and I am not gonna lie, I think that's probably one of the best looking female sculpts they've done. The body, torso and muscular definition is superb. If we bring in her counterpart, there we go, here she is with a Hasbro Hips counterpart. I did have the Savage She-Hulk from the Fin Fan Foom wave once upon a time, but that was a bit naff. Just look at that sculpt difference though. I mean, this actually looks like a statue. It is absolutely superb. Sorry Jen, you've been kind of outdone for this time. Face sculpt is phenomenal. Definitely the figure of the wave without a shadow of a doubt. Great range of motion. Bends there, nice deep bend. See what they've done with the elbow? Done exactly what they do with the Hulks. They cut into the bicep to get a faux double elbow. We've got that abdominal crunch in there, really nice backwards motion, really nice downwards motion. Got this flexible top for those who insist on taking off She-Hulk's top. We have wrist rotation and bends. There is nothing at the actual waist. That's all we're really missing on her. She's got fantastic sculpting around there, but I would have liked a waist rotation as well. Legs this far forwards, back, out to the side, cut, double bend, and we've got up and down and some rotation on those ankles. But that is an absolutely gorgeous sculpt. Sometimes you get these promo shots and the actual figure looks nothing like it. Let's just go for Diamond Select with their Endgame Professor Hulk, for example. Looks nothing like the final product, but She-Hulk, I would even go as far as saying her promo shots didn't do her enough justice. Right now, without further ado, let's get our Skrull built up, shall we? Let's make sure we get the right legs corresponding with the right. She'll get the right legs and the right feet, etc. Sorry about that, they were incredibly tight. Can you see what I see? Oh, good old Hasbro. Good old Hasbro there. I have 2 left feet. Look at that. It will do for now. I'll have to get that changed somehow. Let's see if anybody gets a right and wants to swap. But yes, I've got 2 left feet on my Skrull. Obviously, he scanned them in wrong. Ah, joys. Right. One arm. And 2 arm. There we go. And we can pop a head on. Like so. Right, this arm does tab in, but this joint here needs to be heated up. It is crazy stiff, so I'm going to go the Bem Grim route there and place that one in. Look at that. Makes all the difference, doesn't it, when he's going full on Super-Skrull. And why not? Let's just pop this one out. And then we'll go Invisible Woman like that. There. Look, if you ignore the fact that he is wearing 2 left feet, then that's a pretty decent look for him. We can put that Skrull head on there as well. Now he's like a full-on champion Skrull. Just move those to the side, and there I have him alongside some other Skrulls. Very similar in appearance, good height. I think if you've got any of these, then they could definitely do as good army builders. Maybe not Electra Skull because she's a bit naff, but as far as Super-Skrulls go, I do like him. If we just ignore the fact that he's got 2 of the same leg. It's just one of those things. I'll get that switched out. I may even message Robot Kingdom and see if they can do anything. Maybe send out something in my next parcel that I get from them. But yeah, that is the Skrull wave. Let me know what you think. Highlights, in my opinion, are definitely She-Hulk and Doom. Ben does look amazing as well, but it's entirely up to the user. What do you want? Do you want that classic look, or do you want the more kind of newer look, I guess? But I can see a lot of these being resold minus this gorgeous Super-Skrull bath. Once again, I'd like to thank Robot Kingdom for making this review possible, and until next time, for myself and Fantastic Four Wave, goodbye.